Theatre Cafe, and we're very lucky today to be joined by Strallen and Lesley Joseph from Young Frankenstein. Welcome, welcome.
Sorry, I'm just sending a tweet.
And they both tell me it's their first time here.
It
so
is.
Nice
I've never been here. I don't know why I've never been here, but now I know it's here. I should be a regular.
Yeah,
excellent.
Lesley is a fan of cake.
I'm a huge fan of cake, except not so much now because I'm on a very strict diet to get to the Olivier's, to get into the dress that I'm wearing.
It's like a wedding.
It is like a wedding. I've been for the fitting today. So then after that, I'm going out for the biggest cream tea you've ever seen on the 9th of April.
Well, come in here, we've got loads for you to choose from.
Hurrah!
So you're currently performing in Young Frankenstein. Just tell us a little bit about the show.
I'll go. Okay, written by Mel Brooks. Who hasn't heard of Mel Brooks? Everybody loves Mel Brooks. And it's about Frederick Frankenstein, or Frankenstein, who inherits his grandfather's castle and who goes, Summer plays Inga, who is a rather gorgeous, very high-kicking, where are you from?
Transylvania.
Transylvania, oh yeah, I forgot that. I was about to say Finland. And I play...
Finland!
I know.
I'm going to do it Finnish tonight.
Okay, do it. And I played Frau Blucher, who is the housekeeper, and we sort of inveigle him into the castle and to create another monster, because that's, well, not so much Inga, but Frau Blucher just loves monsters. So, and yes, it's the story of this. The monster comes alive, and then you have to come and see the show to know what happens. But I'm sure most people have seen the film, and this is very true to the film, with some amazing Mel Brooks music. And I didn't realise he'd written the book with Thomas Meehan, the lyrics and the music is really sensational.
And we're listening to the music now. It's not the first time we've listened to the music here, actually, because at the Theatre Cafe we're all a little bit obsessed.
Oh, good.
In fact, I think most of us have seen it at least six times.
Yeah!
Hurrah! I will say with this particular musical, the lyrics are so brilliantly acute. For example, the first one that Frankenstein sings, which is the brain, you need to hear it probably 3 times to really get how brilliant the lyrics are. And every single song is worth hearing several times, because you just don't get it. This is the song that Strallen sings.
I do. And I usually can't breathe at about this point. This mic's kind of weird. Can you hear that there?
Is that one on?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's better.
Oh, did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, she's got a very loud voice. I mean, you know, when Leslie's coming, I have a funny thing in the theatre that I now have to do every show, because in warm-ups we used to do ma ma ma, and she goes ma ma ma. So literally before every show I walk past her dressing room, don't I, and I go ma ma ma, she goes ma ma ma.
I know. We're sort of creatures of habit in Young Frankenstein, actually. We always have a certain place we go to just before we go on stage, and we all do the same thing every night. So, but it's a very, very happy company, I cannot tell you. And I think that happiness goes over the footlights. Do we have footlights anymore? We do, actually. Yeah, we do. Because ours is... Young Frankenstein was originally on Broadway, and Mel Brooks and Susan Stroman, who directed it, wanted to reconceive it more as a vaudeville show, and I think that's what we've succeeded doing. We opened it at Newcastle last year, did 2 weeks there, and it was a major success, and we all thought, oh my goodness, coming to the West End, how are they going to receive it? And we were absolutely thrilled to have all 4- and 5-star reviews. But it's a very specific vaudeville type entertainment, and I think it works brilliantly.
Well, we love it. Oh, they've gone. Mics are gone.
Mics have gone. Loud voice. Oh, sorry.
Mine's gone. So just talk a little bit about your characters. So Summer, you play Inga.
I do. Inga turns up on the way to the castle. So Igor has actually employed her because I feel like with Frau, Inga and Igor, they basically want to, they're sort of living a lost life until the doctor arrives, and so that's why they want him to, they're so desperate for him to find his personality and his feet as the doctor, you know, who does all these wonderful experiments, and we're there to coax him into it. So, and obviously, I mean, we don't know about his relationship with Elizabeth or anything like that, and if anyone doesn't know, that's his fiancée who has a...
Oh, please don't touch me.
She's completely sort of not letting him be a man, and is very frigid, and he is you know, sort of a bit frustrated, and Inga comes along, and it's sort of that it's a take on Europeans being rather sort of fluid, and also she knows exactly her body, and she's proud of that. And this is also what I love about Mel Brooks, is that he's so celebratory of women. He loves women, and it's not in like a gross way. You know, with all the stuff that's been happening recently, you know, he's like, it's like a weird. He has a brilliant balance of loving women, but also having a great respect for them. And so our female characters are all incredibly strong, and know exactly what they want and exactly what they're going to do. And that's why I love all three of us, really. You know, we could play each one of them because they have such. I for one love Lesley on the hay cart.
That would be worth seeing.
Yeah,
I think I'd end up in hospital.
And that's what, you know, with the three of us, you know, Frau, Igor, and me and Inga. It's a complete passion project, and they're so desperate for him to make good and to realise his own passion. And I do it through that. Frau does it through through the creation and also the history of where he's come from and his genetics and how important that is. I mean, there was a song called "Join the Family Business," which was in the original production, and I think they took it out because they realised that it could work. We didn't need it because she gives him the book, and we sort of take him she brings us to the lab. I mean, Inga sort of Igor brings Inga there so that we can all come together and do this experiment, and he does find it, and that's when he sort of becomes alive, and that's when we all come alive as well in the lab where we're supposed to, where this amazing experiment's going to happen. So it's really, we get such joy out of that moment, especially because it's so silly as well, doing, sort of like tradition, like, what's it called, Fiddler on the Roof, we love that bit. So she's, and then obviously you'll have to come and see it to see what happens with her and the doctor, but they definitely have feelings for each other from the beginning, I think, is the main thing.
And Lesley, let's talk about Frau. Now, tell me, how do you say the last name?
Frau Blucher.
No!
I know, for some reason. I think Mel once said that Blucher in German meant gum, or was it gum? Glue.
It means glue. But Gene Wilder wrote that bit, about Frau.
But apparently it doesn't mean glue.
No, it does.
It does it?
Yeah.
Right, look it up. Google it.
What it was that he wrote Frau Blucher and then found out it meant glue. So he didn't actually know that when he wrote Frau Blucher.
I can't believe I just said I thought you came from Finland. I cannot believe my naivety.
I was talking to someone else the other day and they were like, and she's Swedish. I was like, no, she's not. She's definitely not Swedish.
Anyway, Frau Blucher is the housekeeper of the Transylvanian castle. And again, you have to come and see it to find out how she is involved with the Frankenstein family. And she really desperately wants to inveigle Frederick Frankenstein.
What I think we're like, all of us, is like Beauty and the Beast. It's like we've been laying dormant.
Yeah, true.
It's like Igor's Cogsworth, you're Mrs. Potts, and I'm like the feather duster.
Oh yeah.
I'll play it with a handle tonight.
Yeah, please do. Oh my God, I love it so much.
There will be one moment tonight when you'll see me like that. Just one, and nobody else will know what that means. Yeah, so I'm Frau Blucher, and I really desperately want him to create another monster because I want my life to continue in the castle.
Lovely. I'm going to just quickly go through some questions that fans have sent in.
Yeah.
Hurrah!
We had some good ones. I already seen.
Oh no, you've had preparation. That's cheating.
I haven't.
Yeah, no, they weren't. I didn't really. I just was sort of skimming them, and I thought, I won't look at them.
Okay, so the first one, what's the funniest scene you get to perform in Young Frankenstein?
Funniest scene for me, I think, is obviously the hayride, because it can change every night as well. So, I mean, not drastically, but for me, I can sort of do different faces, and also with all of us, we're all quite receptive to each other. So if someone else wants to do something, we don't like freeze up. We all just go with it. So sometimes.
I was going to say we're also receptive to the audience, because some nights some people catch on one character, some nights some people will catch on another storyline. So I love watching us work, actually, because it's a very, very tight production. But you know, if something slightly changes, everybody ducks and dives around it. For me, funniest is my number boyfriend, for me, which I love.
It's fantastic. It is. It's actually my theme tune.
Is it?
He was my theme tune.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Mel Brooks movie besides Young Frankenstein?
Well, I'm going to say The Producers, because I think Springtime for Hitler is one of the most extraordinary musical theatre numbers, or musical on film numbers, that will ever be. It's audacious, it's funny, it's hysterical. Everything about it pushes every boundary of everything, and it's brilliant. So The Producers for me.
I would definitely second that, but I do love Spaceballs.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah, because I love what's his name from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. As the Darth Vader character just makes me absolutely die. But yeah, I think for as far as sort of musical as well, musical film, I mean, you can't. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, agreed. In which way you like your characters?
So many ways. I am very strong, like her. I'm very connected to my body, like her, as I'm sure everybody knows from seeing it. And incredibly flirtatious. So yeah, that's what Inga is basically.
I'm not sure whether I'm like her.
I think you're exactly like her. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether that's a compliment or
Of course
not.
it is.
It was really interesting, because when we were doing costume fittings, William Ivy Long, who designed the costume, said, "I want to see your hidden Sophia Loren," because he saw her as a sort of slightly voluptuous, flirtatious character, whereas I see her quite cold and sort of beady-eyed, and then she does melt a bit, doesn't she?
She totally melts.
Yeah, she does. So,
Which is what you're like.
Yeah. So there we are. Yes, we're both exactly like our characters, and I don't know how to take that.
In fact, you're not actually acting.
No, we're not acting at all.
Which cast member makes you laugh the hardest on and off and / off stage?
Oh, that's a hard one. You can't. I think we all really find each other really funny. So, I mean, we can't not mention Ross as well. I mean, I love Corey. I've worked with Corey before in Guys and Dolls, and he, famously came to warm up dressed as a Cupid once, which just made me howl. And he always makes me laugh a lot. But Ross used to really get us giggling as well. And as I say, even the ensemble, like everyone in the ensemble is funny, because you have to, I think, being cast in this show, you have to have sort of funny bones in order to make it work. So we're pretty lucky with everyone. So I wouldn't be able to choose a favourite.
I wouldn't choose a favourite. I think the whole thing makes me laugh. I mean, there are scenes that I absolutely love. I love our lab scene. I just watch, and different things make me laugh every night. When people do things slightly differently, when somebody gets an audience and plays them and takes it, in a different direction. So I wouldn't say there's one moment that I particularly adore. I just am in love with the whole thing. I just think it's a glorious, glorious show.
Leslie makes me laugh a lot.
No, mainly, can I say, because I'm so naive with some things, and I come up with the most ridiculous, like saying you're Swedish or Finnish. I mean, of course you're Transylvanian. But, I mean, I do say some things sometimes that I think, why did I just say that?
Yeah.
That is so ridiculous.
We do have a quotes list of Leslie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if they're for this interview, though. It might be for a late night show.
I love the young lad that goes,
Nathan.
I saw him in the street the other day, and I thought, now where do I know you from?
He's a cover for the monster.
Did I just do that?
Nathan's really funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Great.
Yeah.
What's your favourite song to sing in Young Frankenstein? This one.
Yeah, I think it is. This "Listen to Your Heart" is really lovely to sing. It's and Mel was really happy with it, the way that I was doing it. So that was like a big highlight for me when he said, "I love it how you sing that song," and I was like, thanks. Really like that's a moment. But "You sing like a bird," he said, which was nice. So yeah, this one. But I like doing Roll in the Hay because also you don't have to sound pretty, you know, because yodeling is yodeling, and you can go you know, nice. But what would be the fun in that, you know? So I'd really go for it, and that's that. You know, I had to learn how to yodel, so it's on the CV. Yeah, actually put yodeling on my CV now. So yeah,
I like it could work. I think because we all do it together, and it's just funny, and it just tells a bit of a story, and I just love it. And we all dance this crazy sort of Transylvanian dance. I just love it. Could work.
Should we tell them our little secret?
No.
Oh, we nearly got a secret there, everyone, nearly. If they tell me in a minute, I might...
You might be able to spot it. See if you can spot
it.
Something.
Yeah. Okay, final question. If people haven't already seen the show, why should they come?
Okay, you come, number one, if you love Mel Brooks. If you don't love Mel Brooks, come anyway, because you'll learn to love Mel Brooks. Number two, it is genuinely very, very funny. You leave your cares and your woes at the door, you come in and you have 2 hours of laughter. And it's also incredibly beautiful to look at. The lighting and the sets are absolutely gorgeous. It's sheer entertainment on every level. It's funny, there's some quite moving moments in it. You see a cast all at the top of their game, and it's been cast very, very acutely, and there is not one link that is bad. There is not one song, hardly one line where you suddenly feel, oh, okay, move on. It really is entertainment of the best order, and I say that from my heart, because I've been in shows where you say, okay, there's a few scenes that you'd happily skate over or you'd cut. but with this one, genuinely, and you've seen it, you know that it's wonderful, wonderful entertainment, and if you haven't seen it, you're missing out.
I don't think there's anything to add to that. I mean, we're all so incredibly proud of it because we. Do you want me to take that? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Because you know, also having Mel there, I think is going to be a rare thing. If it were to happen again, I'm not sure if it would do. So we can hold that. We hold that very close, and we hold him very close in our hearts as well, because he is a comedy genius. He's a comedy living legend, and you know, to have a show that's been so successful and it is not only great for us, but it's also great for him, and the audience love it. And Susan Stroman says, you know, that being able to make people laugh is the most precious gift that you can be given, and so we all take that on every night and have it, and also enjoy it ourselves. You know, it's that flow, that cycle of the audience's response and us giving to that, and then getting from them as well, and you just can't, you know, it's completely priceless. So it's brilliant.
Well, we love it. And if you do want to get tickets, there's a little link that I've put on there, and we've got no fees if you buy them from our website this week, so get on and buy them.
And we love #Fansylvanians. We love
Fansylvanians.
I think that was Happy Fraser who came up with that.
They're here, wave! Hello! Fansylvanians, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Do come back soon. Have a fab time at the Olivier's, and also, just quickly, the Eurovision...
Yes, West End Eurovision. Our ident out there now, Young Frankenstein. Genuinely, if you haven't watched it, watch it, share it, and vote the hell out of it, because it is genuinely brilliant. It's 75 seconds long. Money goes to Make a Difference Trust. £2.94 of every vote goes to Make a Difference Trust. It is genuinely brilliant. We're really, really proud of it. And if you want tickets for West End Eurovision, it's the 22nd of April. And it's a brilliant, you've got 8 West End shows, all singing West End Eurovision songs. And it's a brilliant night, and Summer and I are going to be there as judges for our show. But get on and watch the ident, because it's great.
And you can find all the details about that at the Young Frankenstein Twitter page. In the meantime, thanks again, guys. Great to see you. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.